Are humans the only intelligent beings in the universe? Or could there be others? If aliens exist, it's likely they wonder the same thing. Are we alone? And if we ever meet alien life, how would we communicate with them? NASA has been working to answer this question by sending messages into space. In 1977, NASA launched Voyager 1 with the goal of exploring the outer parts of our solar system and possibly making contact with alien life. It was an interstellar mission, meaning it was aimed to travel beyond our solar system. There are millions of solar systems in our galaxy, and the space between them is known as interstellar space. So far, NASA has launched 5 spacecraft into interstellar space: Pioneer 10, Pioneer 11, Voyager 1, Voyager 2, and New Horizons. Of those, only Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have actually reached interstellar space. Both Voyagers have traveled beyond our solar system, sending back amazing pictures of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Voyager 2 even visited Uranus and Neptune, which no other spacecraft has done. But here's the interesting part. Both of these spacecraft are carrying messages meant for any alien life that might find them. What's inside these messages? What exactly does NASA want to tell aliens about humanity? Let's go into the story behind the Voyager missions. Back in 1965, a NASA engineer discovered that the outer planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune would be aligned in a way that only happens once every 175 years. This gave NASA a perfect opportunity to send a spacecraft to these planets using the gravitational pull of each planet to save time and fuel. This technique is called gravity assist. With this alignment, NASA launched Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 in 1977. Voyager 1 headed toward Jupiter and Saturn, while Voyager 2 took a more ambitious route, visiting all 4 outer planets. Both spacecraft were powered by radioisotope thermoelectric generators, ERTGs, which use the decay of plutonium to generate electricity. This was important because solar power doesn't work well so far from the sun. Each spacecraft carried 10 scientific instruments to study space, like cameras, magnetometers, and radiation detectors. Although Voyager 2 launched first, Voyager 1 overtook it and reached Jupiter first in 1979, capturing incredible photos, including of Jupiter's rings, which people hadn't realized existed. Voyager 1 also discovered volcanic activity on Jupiter's moon Io, marking the first time we observed active volcanoes on another planet. By 1980, it was getting closer to Saturn, where it made more exciting discoveries, including new moons like Titan, which may have oceans of liquid water beneath its icy surface. Meanwhile, Voyager 2 passed Jupiter and continued to Uranus in 1986 and Neptune in 1989, becoming the only spacecraft to visit those 2 distant planets. In 1990, both spacecraft were heading to the farthest reaches of space. That year, Voyager 1 took a famous photo called the pale blue dot, showing Earth as a tiny dot about 6 billion kilometers away from space. After that, Voyager 1 continued its journey into interstellar space, leaving the solar system. In 2012, after 35 years of traveling, Voyager 1 crossed into interstellar space, the first human-made object to do so. How did we know? Its instruments detected an increase in electron density, signaling it had left the solar system's protective bubble and entered interstellar space. Voyager 1 is still sending data back to Earth, and it will continue its journey for years to come. If aliens exist, they might one day find these messages from humanity, potentially changing everything we know about the universe. Now, here's something interesting about Voyager 1's journey. As it passed through the heliopause, the boundary of the solar system's bubble, the electron density was low. When it entered interstellar space, the density spiked, indicating it had crossed into new territory. Both Voyager spacecraft use a high-gain antenna to send information back to Earth. The data is received by NASA's 3 deep space network stations in California, Madrid, and Canberra, Australia. These stations help track Voyager's data and determine important milestones, like when Voyager 1 entered interstellar space on August 25, 2012, the same day astronaut Neil Armstrong passed away. What about Voyager 2? It entered interstellar space 6 years later, on November 5, 2018, making it the second spacecraft to achieve this. Both Voyagers carry messages for any aliens they might meet. Before the Voyagers, Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11 carried messages too. The messages on the Pioneer spacecraft were more basic. They included a small plaque with diagrams about Earth, our position in the galaxy, and an image of a man and a woman. The idea was to show what humanity looked like and provide basic information. But the messages on the Voyager spacecraft are much more detailed. Each Voyager carries a 12-inch gold-plated copper disc called the Golden Record. These records contain sounds and images that represent Earth. The Golden Record has 4 sections: Scenes from Earth, 115 images and diagrams about our planet, showing basic science and human life. Greetings from Earth, messages spoken in 55 languages, including greetings and messages. Music from Earth, 28 pieces of music from various cultures, including classical music and a song from India. Sounds of Earth, 21 sounds like human activities, machines, and natural noises. The aliens would need to know how to play the Golden Record, so NASA included instructions. These instructions are in the form of diagrams since aliens likely wouldn't understand English. The diagrams are quite complex though, so it might be challenging even for us to understand them. The images on the Golden Record were stored as audio, which means if aliens want to see them, they'll need to convert the audio back into images. This process is very complicated, but it's all part of NASA's plan to send a message that could someday be understood by extraterrestrial beings. The images themselves show things like mathematical concepts, the solar system, Earth's atmosphere, and human life. But interestingly, there are no negative images of humanity like war or conflict. Instead, the images highlight the positive aspects of our species. The big question is whether any aliens will ever find a Voyager spacecraft, and if they do, whether they'll have the technology and intelligence to understand the Golden Record. For now, Voyager 1 is speeding through interstellar space at 61,198 kilometers per hour, about 25 billion kilometers from Earth. But its power is running out, and scientists expect it to stop transmitting by 2025. Even if the spacecraft stops working, the Golden Record could survive forever. Would aliens ever find and decode the Golden Record? What do you think? Let me know in the comments.